right, y'all. What's happening? It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, here with another one of the June edition of the One-on-One with the Supervillain series. Hope you guys are enjoying your summer and everything. And if you've seen this, and if you're possibly black, happy Juneteenth. And if you're not black, found out what Juneteenth is about. I guess that's a thing I can say. This is therapeutic for some of you all, and so today will be a session, and Dr. Washington is in the house. And today I am speaking with my client, one Mr. Rudy Rueda. What is happening, sir?
Hey, Jay. I'm doing good. How are you?
How's everything? First and foremost, how's mom? Because you were not
good.
getting me up. I want to make sure mom's good. First and more than anything, like I care you're okay, but as somebody who understands the importance of moms, fuck you. How's your mom?
Yeah. No, I get it, and I appreciate last month because she so to anybody watching, she got COVID and a while back, and it almost put her under. Like a few months ago, she got COVID, and it was real stressful for us.
Does your mom have underlying conditions?
Yeah. I mean, she's had a couple of major surgeries. She's overweight. She's immunocompromised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But when she had originally got COVID, her blood pressure was just so high.
Right.
They were like over prescribing. Like they were like, well, now that we gave you that drug, let's give you another drug to fix that drug side effects. And she was on like 4 or 5 different medications. And thankfully, like my dad was like, you're not listening to those fucking doctors anymore. I'm taking you to Mexico. And Mexico was like, oh shit. Yeah, no. First, we're going to get you off of all of these drugs, and we're going to start you on a new regimen of 2 pills. And then she was fine, like a week later.
You know what's funny with you saying that? And I use this term. Let me mute this real quick. What's funny about that is that so many people here of the fluorescent type, I hate to say it, talk shit about Mexico's health system, right?
Yeah.
And how people from here will go to Mexico to get major surgeries, dental work, all this shit done because it is immensely cheaper.
Yeah.
But also the fact that, like you just said, they got you, your mom got down there and real quick they were like, no, because a lot of doctors are doing that shit so they can what? Run up a bill. Because if you got insurance, they can run up a bill. Your insurance is gonna pay the hell out of it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they were doing.
Man. Sorry, your mom went through that, bro.
Well, I mean, that was when she got COVID, and then this last time, because the blood pressure was like such a big thing for her last time. This time, her blood pressure was absolutely insane. I mean, I messaged you. I told you
right.
It was, and so she was just feeling really weak and real tired, and we took her in, and I'll be honest, Jay, I was scared. I was scared out of my mind because my dad was at work, like he can't get out because he runs his own business, so he's like trying to balance like these clients and supporting our family with like my mom is sick, and so thankfully I had the day off, and I just drove over. I picked her up, and me and my brother both like drove her to the hospital. Thankfully, she didn't have COVID. She just was sick. But the scary part was just how high her blood pressure got. So thankfully, all of that was solved. She's better. She's going to Mexico now with my dad. She's in Mexico now with my dad. They're just living their life.
Good. I mean, let me tell you, it's no secret I lost my mom, and so anyone I know that, or when not even just know, when I hear people go through situations with their moms, and unfortunately it almost takes their mom out, I always am like, I'm ultra sympathetic. You know, I'm already sympathetic in general, but I'm ultra sympathetic in those moments because I understand, you know, and that horrifying feeling, man. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. I was thinking about this the other day. It was a phrase I heard. We're all born because we're eventually going to die, but we might as well try to live, right? Because it's the truth. There's not a person that's born that's not going to die, right? But when it becomes our parent, there's always this. There's a weird balance of death, a battle of who dies first with parents and kids. And I use that ironically because no child wants to bury their parent, but no parent wants to bury their child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the weird. Like as a child, you're a child of a parent, no matter what, whether you're an adult or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No one wants to be like, yo, I might lose my parent. You don't want to ever think that.
Yeah, they're your first superheroes before you even know what that is.
Yep.
You know, mom and dad can do no wrong. They are, well, you know, when you're a kid, you're just like, well, that's not what my mom and dad said. You know, when you're talking with your friends and you're like shooting the shit, you know, and then they're like, oh yeah, you know, blah it on. And then you go, well, that's not what my mom and dad said. That's like those are your first like concepts of truth and reality.
Well, let me ask: Does this put a level? Sure, make sure I word it right. Does this put an extra level of appreciation for your mom?
I want to say yes, but I've always
do you get what I'm saying? Because like when you have those moments, you're like, oh shit, I almost lost you. So you try to, you know, make sure you show even more appreciation than you already do.
Yeah, it's not like I didn't love or appreciate her before because I have a very good relationship with my mom, thankfully. But it was one of those things where like you know, the clock will eventually run out.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta make whatever time I have left with her count for something.
But you also don't think when you're making that time, let me tell you something. When you're making that time, make that time happen organically and naturally. Don't try to make it happen under the guise of, I don't know how much time I have left with you. Like, it isn't one of those things where, because if I'm not mistaken, and again, correct me if I'm wrong or not, this isn't one of those things where you got a note from where the doctor came in and said, yo, you got 6 months to a year left. You know how when people get those unfortunate diagnoses, then you understand where it's like, now I'm under the gun, for lack of better words, trying to make everything happen.
Yeah.
When you don't have that, it's live every day to the fullest. You just said, your mom and your dad are living life in Mexico right now.
Yeah.
Because to them, they understand. You know, it's like, yo, we're gonna live life, we're gonna enjoy ourselves. You know, that happened, we're gonna take care of ourselves, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, man, look, it'll be all right, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, I know it will. It was just, you know, it was a scary moment.
Of course.
And then my dog, not this one. There's another one. That's it. No, he's on the ground. It's hot as hell in Phoenix. So it's over 100 degrees right now.
Yo, we've had this discussion numerous times.
Every summer.
From what I was told, y'all, like, it used to be cheap to live out there because of the heat, but now it's going up.
Because it was cheap and everybody from California came over, because Phoenix is only a 6-hour drive or like an hour flight. And so people with money are buying up all the homes. And so now you can't get a house out here for less than, I want to say $350. Like a bad house for like $350.
See, look, everybody knows California has always been expensive. That's like with everything with gas and shit. Like nowadays, I understand gas is just ridiculous, but California has always been ridiculous. There's like a couple houses around the corner from my apartment, dilapidated, for almost a lack of better words, $750,000.
Yeah,
fucking ridiculous.
So, people are buying homes and then use, like, the people with money that I come in contact with now with my new job. It is sickening. Like, I see how much money they make just off of renting these homes for short-term rentals for like bachelorette parties and hangouts, and like people use Phoenix as like a destination vacation, and so I see these gorgeous homes that I will never be able to afford. There's even like really nice apartments, condos that I will never be able to afford, because these people with money are buying up all these houses and then they're just sitting on them, and they got 2-3 homes already. And it's like, I could understand you wanting to have like where you live home and then like a vacation
home.
Yeah, I could even see that, like, especially with how hot Phoenix gets in the summer. Snowbirds are a thing. And while I don't necessarily like love that, like I understand it, but I've seen one guy who owns 3 vacation homes here in Phoenix and contracts through my company to rent them out when he's not using them. And the dude is definitely not American. And I'm like, so you came from overseas and you bought houses and now you're sitting on them and making money and good for you, but like what what about the rest of us?
The problem is, look, we told everybody America's the land of opportunity, milk and honey, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
We've also told anybody you can make money here, right? We tell it to the world. We consistently tell it to the world. You can make all this money here, blah blah blah. Then we did the next worst thing. We showed you how. When we started telling people, the worst thing we could have told, like people always, again, I hate him as a person. When everybody started following Donald Trump and realized, how did he make money as a real estate mogul? And people are like, what do you mean? And it's like, shit like that. Yeah, his was businesses and towers and shit like that. But when people buy home, they're buying and flipping houses. And now because of Airbnbs and Verbos and all that now, those, I've seen people who I forgot where I was having a conversation with somebody. I think I was at one of the comedy clubs. And they were talking about buying a house or buying, you know what I'm saying? They have their home, they rented an apartment, they got an apartment, like a nice 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. Mm-hmm. They got it just to Airbnb it so it pays for itself plus makes money.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is fucking bananas, but genius at the same time.
If you can make it work.
You can make it work. That's the problem. It's like, if you can make, and then people will say, well, what about everybody else? And then like I by no stretch of the imagination, by no means anyway, or am conservative. Not even that fiscally conservative, socially liberal. I'm not that idea. But I do, when people are like, how can people not give houses to people? Because people want to make money. Because unfortunately, money moves everything, and that will never change. Even if we don't have the dollar, something else will be valued as currency.
Yeah.
So people are going to always want to be able to have the most to be able to do the most. People are like, oh, people don't need all this money. I agree. There's times when look, Jeff Bezos and his ex-wife have more money than a person would need in 2-3 lifetimes. Mm-hmm. He can never. Jeff Bezos can spend all that money if he wanted to.
Jeff Bezos could live 50 lifetimes and never spend all that money. If he died today, like hypothetically, if he died today and then was reincarnated and then got to keep his bank account but wasn't allowed to have another job, he wouldn't spend that money in 50 lifetimes.
He would never spend it. In 50 lifetimes, he would never spend that money. And so, and yes, people are like, well, it's greed. Unfortunately, there's always going to be people who are greedy. Why do you think they're kings and queens? Yeah. Why do you think they're kings and queens? The problem is, people are like, how did he make all that money? We made it for him. The man found a greatness. I don't give a shit if his father did loan him money, regardless. He found a business that everybody uses.
College textbooks is a great way to get, because trying to buy college textbooks new is a pain in the ass. You get them used, sell them at a discount.
Mm-hmm.
That's good money. Everybody's happy with that, and nobody was mad at that. Like, you want to make money, but you save everybody else money, fine. But then he expanded and expanded and expanded, and he's treating his employees like robots, and they're not. They're people.
Now, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I am 100% on board with that. Like, yo, the way he treats the employees, the way the company, because, of course, it's going to follow him being a CEO and everything. The way the company treats employees like shit. But the problem is, and I even said this because I used to work at UPS, people still work there. Mm-hmm. That, I think people keep forgetting that one part. Like, yeah, even if the company acts different, the people still work there. The people have to be like, fuck this. Because if there's nobody, and people are like, well, people can't find jobs. Look, Amazon don't pay that great to the point where you can't find another job that offsets it or supplements it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if enough people at Amazon was like, fuck this, people, we would see probably a change. But again, here comes the problem on the other side of the coin, because I look at it just like stand up. For every 10 people that say they won't, there's 15 that will.
Mm-hmm.
That's like with stand up. I go on rants heavily on Facebook and everything, because everybody knows I'm a big vocal proponent of, you will not fuck this game over. I love this game. I love this business too much.
Yeah.
And so for shady promoters and people who try to screw over comics and don't pay them and try to screw like there's a dude trying to throw a comedy contest right now. Okay.
Oh, I saw you tweet about this.
Yeah. The nigga told people, you got to pay $20 yourself for admission and buy one ticket for a guest. So it's $40 to compete, in the hopes you get to perform on the big stage of the Comedy Chateau, which ain't a major comedy club in the city by any means.
Oh boy!
And you can win $1,000. So it's gonna be 40. It's gonna be at least 20 comics at minimum. They go to the finals. Let's not say how many comics or 20 comics per show. This mug is gonna make over $8,000 to $10,000 himself, and only pay out 1,000 or something.
Yeah, even if you take into account like probably booking the club, which you said isn't even a great club, so he's probably getting a discount on that somewhere.
All you gotta do is get him. He gives them the club. All he does, he books the club. He don't charge for it. He don't pay. I don't think he pays for the ticket. I'm not sure if he pays the tickets. I mean, they pay for him for the tickets, or more than likely, because it's a comedy club that does a 2-item minimum, he gets the door, the club gets the bar.
Which is why he's making everybody pay for one ticket, because then he gets a portion of that already off the top. He's guaranteeing minimum. Let's say he gets 100 people, $20 off a ticket. He gets $5 off of that.
He's already making money.
Yeah.
But
Jesus Christ.
But you have that happen. So then when you get into regular business, as much as people want to shout and complain, and like, look, Amazon's smart, because again, it knows people love it. It knows it. People always like, how did Jeff Bezos make all this money during the lockdown? Because you told everybody to stay home. So what else were you going to use? Amazon.
Yeah.
You used his service. What do you think was going to happen? He wasn't going to make no money off of it?
I will say I am happy to hear about the unionization in New Jersey that was taking place.
Like, that was the big one. That was a big one. The one that I'm really paying attention to more than the Amazon one is the Starbucks ones that's been happening.
Oh yeah.
They've been doing it low key, like one out here did it. They've been doing it different places. And so Starbucks has been fucking with the managers. They can't fuck with the employees no more, right?
Yeah.
Because it's always a thing of, once you go to management, you're out the union. So the managers who've allowed the unionizations to happen have been getting fired.
Yeah, well, you didn't hold the company line. It's absolutely insane, the stuff that they're doing. Also, and just as a quick side note, when did we as a society or a culture, I don't know, start calling it Starbies? Because I've seen Starbies a few times on my timeline.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, Starbucks is now called Starbies, and I don't know if it's like a generational thing or whatnot. But
it clearly the fuck is.
I was gonna say, because like my girlfriend used it the other day, and I told her, I was like, baby, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna be real old with you for like a minute. When did we start saying Starbies? And she goes, you really got to call me out like that? And I was like, I honestly don't know. I've seen it a few times. I'm a little scared. Like, I'm a little old man yells at clouds. Like, why are we calling it Starbies? And she said, this is the first, she told me, she's like, this is the first time I've ever used that word out loud. And you just called me out. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
You better than me. I'd be like, look, I love you, but I think we need to reevaluate our relationship right now. It have just caught off guard. I wouldn't even have brought it. She'd have just said, I'd be like, look, I love you. You know that, right? You know, I care.
I would do almost anything
for you. But at this moment, in this point in time, we need to reevaluate where we are together, because you just used the fucking phrase Starbies. Which, why?
Yeah, it's just been.
See, you know what I'm gonna be so mad about is because I haven't heard it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard it at all, but my fear is I'm gonna start hearing it now, and then
Sorry.
I'm gonna come kill you. I'm just letting you know.
Listen. You never saw Scream, so.
Man, listen, you're right. You know what? You're right. Um, I think I'm gonna need to because they finna do 6 now.
Oh no! Are they really? I missed that
Yeah,
news.
you ain't know.
No. Oh, see, 5 would have been the perfect place to end it because
Yeah,
it
but
was
here's
so good. It was
but again,
so.
what did we just talk about? Corporate greed.
Yeah.
Also, there's corporate stupidity.
I hope they do it like they did with Matrix Resurrections, where they were like we're just gonna lay it out. We're only doing this because I don't trust anybody else to do this, but also I'm gonna call out the corporations at every opportunity. Matrix was a very meta movie. Not listen, I didn't love it.
I didn't want to watch it. When I heard it was only one of the sisters doing it, I was like, nope, nope. Because that's like telling me one of the Russo brothers does a movie, does an Avengers or a Captain America movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because the movie is the vision of the two of them. We don't know which one is we know they know how to work in synchronicity, but we don't know which one is which. So if all of a sudden it's Anthony, I'm like, where the fuck is Joe? You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Or like if Lord and Miller split up, you'd be like, oh,
Oh,
well, okay,
oh,
I
oh,
guess.
oh, don't give them Legos. Give them the Blockos. Don't let them do the Lego movie. Let them do Blockos. It's like, it's like let them do the
Yeah,
GoBots, which
there
they were
you
supposed to
go.
make a movie.
They're
So,
not making a GoBots movie.
supposedly, let me see. So I'm holding my phone in my
I was
hand.
like, I know they talked about it, but I
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
think
It's
that's.
been so much GoBots movie because I know, yeah, GoBots movie. No, not the Battle of the Rock Lords. Because it's been yes, in 2018 they've been talking about doing it since 2018. Remember, Hasbro's Hasbro's trying to make Hasbro's making a universe, bro.
Like,
Fam, Transformers, GI Joe, the GoBots, Milo Pony.
okay, but don't say that. Because
What?
I'm just like Transformers GI Joe. I could conceivably see in the same universe because they have very similar tones, like both in the cartoons and in the live action films. Like those, like oh, those are kind of like very tonally similar. I don't see where GoBots would enter that conversation.
Hey man, hey man, look. So yeah, 2018 is the last talk of it.
It should die in 2018.
Wait, there's a April 8th, 2022 over in the live action film series. Hmm. Yeah, there it's been whispers. They're trying to make it happen. Let me tell you something. It will. You know why? Because Hollywood is stupid. How stupid is Hollywood? Sony put Morbius back in the theaters because of memes.
they nobody who looked at those tweets or hashtag had to look at that and be like, well, they're obviously serious. But
Yes,
that
they clearly
obviously they obviously did think that because Morbin Time is a fucking joke.
is a joke. Is a terrible joke about how bad the movie is. Let me tell you something funny. So I work for 2 different websites. I haven't written any articles for a minute, but I write normally for Cinelinks.com
Mm-hmm.
and I work on that hashtag show. And for Cinelinks, they'll send me DVDs and stuff like that to either do reviews of or giveaways and shit like that, which I've done none of. But I got Morbius. I have Morbius here on DVD, 4K, ultra high definition. So that's when I tweeted, I'm gonna do a Morbius giveaway in real life in the world. And so I hit up my editor from Cinelinks. I said, so how you want to handle this giveaway? He was like, honest with you, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. He was like, I don't want to do it. And I was like, hear me out. I don't blame you. Like, it's just
I just can't believe they made like $83 a theater.
80. They said it was barely 3 people in the theater the whole time.
I will tell you what, I saw Morbius twice.
Because you wanted to make sure how bad you saw it was the first time?
You know, it was one of those things like I walked out and I was like, that was a bad movie. I didn't like anything that I saw in there. Well, I have a
Let
couple
me
notes.
make sure. Then you had to say something. Let me make sure. And then you made sure you're like, that was a
That was
bad.
awful. Can somebody tell me, and I'm sure it's been pointed out, but Tyree's in the movie, and he's just a dude. And then there's Morbius, who climbed that whole fucking tower in like 3 seconds, got to the roof, and like almost fell off. And then within 3 seconds of him being like, oh, almost fell off, Tyree is right behind him when he was on the bottom floor. And I'm just wondering, why didn't we like?
You know what? You're doing this one thing you shouldn't do when it comes to a movie like this.
It's like I thought about it.
Yep. You already know. You and I have become friends officially. You and I have really become friends because you finished my sentence before that. You thought about it. That's where you fucked up. You thought about it. Like,
see, because it
Nope,
pinged in my head the first time I saw it. I was like,
see,
man, Tyree got great cardio.
You keep using that T word, thought.
It like, I was like, man, like his calves got to be. He wasn't breathing heavy. There was no sweat. He wasn't glistening. He was just gun to face, like, don't fucking move. And I was like, your calves got to be burning at least.
Speaking of cat, bro, for the past 3-4 days straight, I've been doing nothing but leg. I've been doing strong ass leg workouts because I got my hoochie daddy shorts.
Okay.
So I'm finna be around this bitch on hot boy summer mode.
All
So
right.
I want to make sure my thighs and my calves on point. I forgot how bad doing leg day feels. Like when you get, I woke up the next, I did leg day. I started doing it Tuesday. Wednesday, I woke up and I stepped out the bed like a newborn baby deer. I was like, oh, fuck.
Tell me something. How bad does it hurt to shit? Because you do that, you get to that like a little bit, and then your legs are like, I'm not holding your ass up anymore. And then you just fall.
And then when you sitting there, you already go to sleep when you're sitting there so long, right? You're already sitting there. But it don't, when it's leg after the leg day, it don't take long at all no more.
You stay extra long just because you don't want to get up.
Bro, I've tried to fight through the I've tried to fight through the pain, like, and even going to sleep. My homeboy just texted me something. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. So try to fight through the pain. My homeboy just texted me something that might be true. It's very dark, and it might be true. Ezra Miller might have killed himself.
Who?
Ezra Miller.
Shut the fuck up. When?
Because Ezra Miller is being investigated for grooming, and they can't find him.
Shut the fuck up.
Think about it. Ezra Miller has been, on Hawaii terrorizing residents, right?
Yeah.
And now because it's groom, they can't find Ezra Miller nowhere.
When did he start getting investigated? This is the first time hearing about this. I'm normally pretty plugged in.
The investigation thing just came out about it just dropped. The grooming stuff just dropped this week.
Okay. God damn. Oh, Jesus. Literally 24 hours ago.
Yeah. The grooming stuff just dropped. So, but they haven't been able to find this motherfucker.
Cannot locate or serve. Jesus, LA Times.
Because
that's scary.
Because everybody knew you could pretty much find Ezra. Like, motherfuckers on Hawaii terrorizing people, shit like that. And it's like, now, can't find this motherfucker. It's like, because yes, I would say they are a mental illness case happening. But this shit here, first of all, this motherfucker threatened the Klan. You want to die? And everybody's like, whoo.
Yeah, like they got real specific about like where to find the Klan. And I saw that video. I was like, how do you know so much about the Klan?
It was like, yeah.
Are you talking to people in the Klan? What's happening?
So this, I mean, that's I was like, because like I got the text message and I was like, why would you say that? It was like, yo, because they ain't been. The text message started. I was like, I got a weird feeling Ezra Miller didn't killed himself. And this was like a 3 a.m. text message. I just happened to see when I woke up. I was like, why would you? It's like, because they ain't been around since the grooming. And I was like, yeah, because motherfuckers in Hawaii are more, they on more high alert. They were on more high alert in Hawaii for Ezra Miller than they were tsunamis and volcano eruptions.
Yeah, Hurricane Ezra has made landfall.
Man. It's also just want to say again, it's good seeing you, man. Good seeing a friendly face. So
Good
make
seeing
sure
you too.
it's everybody knows this week, this past week has been just surreal for me, bro.
Yeah, I've been keeping up on the Patreon. I haven't been able to drop into any of the other stuff, but like
Well,
I saw the
that's from all that's from weeks ago. I'm talking about just this week.
What happened this week?
Oh, you didn't see the announcement?
No, I did because I congratulated you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you got that recurring role. That's amazing.
So I filmed my role. I filmed my initial role back in February. I filmed my initial my episode in February, right? So I filmed one episode, and I was like, "Cool, I'm good." You know, I read the script, that whole episode script. I was like, "There's room for my character to come back." I don't know if they will. Yeah. My character will come back if he will. If he don't, you don't. Okay, cool. So after like a month and a half, I didn't hear anything. I just let it go. Like 2 months, I let it go. I mean, I would see all the stuff in the news about the shit with the showrunner, et cetera, et cetera. I was like, all right, cool. Like, as long as the show still come out, I just need the shit to air. So then I got the email 2 weeks ago that said, your character is recurring now, and you're going to be filming episode 108, which is the season finale. Okay. I said, bet.
All right, yeah.
Cool. Now, out of 8 episodes, I'm in 2. Cool.
You coming back next season.
So, hold on.
Okay.
So, I didn't film this week because the days they tell me to hold, they didn't film. I'm filming next week, whatever. Mm-hmm. So once I didn't post it. I wasn't posting about the show until they put me on IMDb because I ain't gonna tell people, yo, I'm on American. They're like, no, you ain't, nigga. Yeah. When IMDb has me listed, there we go.
Yeah.
So after I posted that at 6:39 p.m. on Wednesday, I got a text message from my agent that said, "Oh, I'm gonna read the text message to you first, man. I feel like I don't give a fuck. This is my supervillain squad, and y'all rock with your boy, and I love y'all. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what this message said. Hola. Just a note, you're also going to be in episode 3 of American Gigolo. Congrats. It will shoot sometime before the 30th of June, so please let me know when you have dates you can't work. We don't have that scheduled yet, so just keep me in the loop with everything you're doing. Congrats." So out of 8 episodes, I'm in 3 of them.
Okay. Look at you.
So
look at you.
Back to what you were saying. I have the script for episode 8. You know, I have they sent me the full script, so I know everything. Because again, I'm on the episodes, so I get the full script. I was looking at my character episode. I looked at what I do, and I was like, "Let me read this whole motherfucking script." And I was like, "He can still."
Oh, there's a chance.
There's a chance. There's a big chance that I can. Like, I had the big hopes for season 1. You know, the recurring just in general. There's a big chance I could either recur or get bumped up to regular to season 2. Man, bro, they bumped me to series regular. First of all, y'all gonna see me running down. Y'all gonna hear about a black man running down Sepulveda Boulevard in Los Angeles doing the Shawn Michaels drop in the middle of the street when he won the WWE title. I made it! Mama!
Oh no.
Number one, you're gonna hear for some reason out of nowhere, out of every speaker, you're just gonna hear Chariots of Fire playing, and I'm just gonna pop up as a screensaver, everybody running. Because it's the reason I said it's been surreal. You know, I'm happy. I joking and everything. Beginning of the year, you know, I talked to God and the universe, and I said certain things I wanted to have happen this year. I wanted to claim certain things. I said this year would be the year that I get a recurring role on the TV show and my series regular role. You know, that was one out of everything else I said. And the year isn't even halfway over, and I have I got my recurring. And so it's like, let's go. Like, I've been through heaven and hell, and it's also when people, a lot of people comment on Facebook and stuff like that. They're like, "You deserve this." Like people who, why, and I don't, because some people are like, "Yeah, man, I deserve and I've earned." I'm just like, man, I'm just grateful. I know how hard I work, but that doesn't give me leeway to be arrogant about, you damn right I got this. I earned. Like, look, if I get the series regular out of this, then you hear me say that. You damn right I earned this. But in general, overall, I'm very humble and grateful to God because
Yeah.
it's just surreal, bro. Like,
No, man, you keep that humbleness about you, and that people see that it shines through that sincerity and that joy.
bro,
Like
like I
this,
said, I got the text at 6:39. By 6:45, I was in this bitch in tears. In oh motherfucker,
just ugly crying.
weeping. I was this bitch weeping for you. God. Dang, I was weeping
Oh
at
man.
6:45, bro. I was because it's like you just I told my daughter don't give a fuck. Let me rephrase it. I told my daughter's mom.
Hmm.
I'm like, yo, this hopefully can mean I can be able to do a whole lot because I know there's more she wants me to do for the baby and she wants done for everything. And I'm like, and I told her, I was like, right now with these episodes, it doesn't mean the money just yet. I said, you know what these episodes mean to me right now? My rent's taken care of. Somebody was like, what? It was like, but you're on a TV show. I said, bro, I said, that's fine. I'm grateful.
Hmm.
My rent's taken care of.
Yeah,
I was like, y'all don't understand. I ain't got to worry about my rent. It's like, damn, that sounds.
that's a huge relief.
Yeah, people like, but when some people who understand it was like, damn. But then other people, they couldn't understand why I put that in perspective. I was like, look, I do freelance shit. I do this shit. I do all this other shit to pay my rent once a month. Until I get that big thing that will make it where I can pay. Let's say I get my own, because I'm in a studio. I get a 1 bedroom apartment. I got a serious regular gig. I can pay my fucking rent for the year and don't
Hmm.
worry. That's the goal. I can go every month and be like, well, all I got to pay is my utilities and then cell phone, et cetera, et cetera. But now it's like I'm stringing freelance gigs in the nightclub. The nightclub shit. This is something you're probably the only person I've told this to. Now I'm telling it to the squad. The nightclub literally just pays my child support
Yeah.
because I don't work a lot because I'm doing more stand up stuff. And so, I'm getting paid a decent amount here and there, and it just adds up to go to pay my rent. And in the nightclub, when I work, they just take everything out of my check and they just take my child support and it pays my child support. So I ain't got to have back child support. So I'm like,
Yeah. I mean,
you
you're
know,
taking care of your babies, and that's what's important.
and so
I see
everybody's
how
like,
hard you work.
bro. And so that's the thing. It's just like, and for me, and I was just telling somebody last night, this don't mean for me. This just means the work really begins. I just look at it like, I, for lack of better words, the prelims are done
Yeah.
because I've hit that next level. I've been doing movies, I've been doing different TV spots and commercials and shit, but now it's like, let's go.
Yeah.
I booked the role. Now let's go. So, I'm just grateful to the doors that God's opening, man. It's just, I don't. I'm just not, you know, people, and then people I know who've been like, who I've grown up with, like, man, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget who you, nigga. I'll never forget. How am I ever gonna forget where I came from? How am I
Hmm.
ever gonna forget where I came from?
Yeah.
I'm one of the most Chicago rocking people ever. I know people who live out here from Chicago will rock a Dodgers hat, Lakers hat. I won't put none of that on my body. I'll rock a Chicago Cubs hat before I rock
Mhm.
any other city. And so it ain't me not forgetting where I came from. It's just me not knowing who I need to be, who I don't need to be around no more.
Exactly.
Because when you grow up, when you do things, just it ain't even got to be in entertainment, just in life.
Hmm.
You have people you're around, and you see they're doing the same things that would when they were younger they haven't grown and haven't matured in any type of way. You're like, I don't need that in my life.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, first person I called, bro. First person I called when I got that text from my agent after I got done weeping was my son. I called my son. He was like, "You called me?" I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I said, "You're the first person I called." And I think for him that was like something he couldn't believe. He's like, "You could have called anybody." Like, I was like, yeah, I could have. I called you. Because I'm a good dad. I'm sorry. I'm a good dad,
That's
man.
that's great to hear. I mean, hearing you talk about that, just like this new job has given me
What are
a
you
new
doing now, if I
place.
can ask?
I'm a property caretaker with a company that's like Airbnb.
Okay, so you're not doing construction anymore.
No, no, and so this new job is paying me more, and I get full benefits, and I get paid time off 3 weeks a year.
Oh,
Yeah, I get 3 weeks of paid time off, a week of sick leave, and then I get like 2 days of like personal, like I don't need to tell you why, I just can't be here today. So it's like I got like a month and 2 days, and then there's like bereavement and all this other stuff. But I, the fact they were paying me more was all I really wanted. I'm making $2 more now, so I'm making 22 as opposed to 20. But
mm,
I also needed to get out because I couldn't work with my old man anymore. I love him. I absolutely love him, and I respect the hell out of him. But I think working with him for so long deteriorated our relationship because it strictly became business.
yeah.
There wasn't family there anymore. It was just a father and son working relationship, and we both said some really hurtful and angry things to each other at times over like 10 years, and so it really hurt us. And even just in the month and a half that I've been working with this new company, it's it's really improved our relationships. He sees me more as like a son now. I don't dread going over to my parents' house anymore because I'm afraid he's going to want to talk about work. And like
Mm,
I'm excited to hear about his work. I'm like he tells me about stuff like right now he's angling to get, so they're canceling his contract because they got a new plant supervisor, and that sucks. But the new plant supervisor wants to hire him, and my old man's like, I'll do it for 110 full benefits, and I work 3 and 4s, 12-hour days. So he's trying to get that going. So then when he can, if he gets that, then he can sell off his company, pay off his debts, still do the work he needs to do to support my mom, and then on top of that, he still gets the time on the weekends to go to Mexico and run the shop that he has in Mexico because he does like a refurbished tool shop in Mexico because they don't really have Home Depots or things like that in Mexico. There's a
mm.
couple of them, but they're few and far between, and they're only in the major cities. You're never gonna find a shop like the one he has in like a small town. And so he wants to set up a series of like small refurbished stores that handle like a lot of inventory, but it's spread out throughout the region, and they can just drive. They can be like, oh well, we don't have that here, but we got it at this shop, and we can have it here in 2-3 days, and like run like his own little like Amazon, but for tools.
Mm.
And so right now he's got one shop. He's looking at a second one. He's already bought a house in Mexico. Like I'm gonna need to get my dual citizenship at some point when he's done figuring out his stuff. I'm probably gonna have to get my dual citizenship so that way I can go down there more often and help him with that on the weekends and stuff when I'm free.
You can't just do that with a passport. You have to have it makes it easier or
It would make it. If I'm being honest, I don't like the way this country's going, and the dual citizenship is gonna get me out of here real quick. Like, listen, we put a band-aid on a very very serious injury, and it's fine, but I don't trust the other side.
First of all, a band-aid, a band-aid. We've been replacing the band-aid.
Yeah,
Because let's just be honest, since the end of slavery, that has been a band-aid
yeah,
because it's been this, well, you're not slaves no more. So then you go to segregation, right? Jim Crow shit. Then it's like, well, fuck it, we let you sit in the front of the bus. But then you start having more stuff with more more immigrants coming in, and then more racist shit. And it's like, well, we let them work in the companies, we let them have a regular job, and it's just like, this is boiling over. And then all this, then it's, well, we made a black dude president twice. We gave him the 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
which was the worst. Look, as a black person, am I happy that it happened? Yes. But as somebody who understands this fucked up ass backwater ass country, it was the worst thing that could have happened. Because
Because now they get absolved.
yep. Because everything that has happened since, the fuck? Hold on. Goddamn book. Goddamn. Get the fuck. Get your motherfucking ass. Fuck some crawl on my goddamn leg. What the fuck is that?
Oh no, Jay, that happened to me in the shower yesterday.
No.
I felt like a little bug like crawled. I was butt ass naked in my shower. I felt something. I was doing the soap in the hair, so like my eyes were all closed, and I just felt that little skittering up my leg. I fucking kicked so hard, I almost hit the wall. I almost broke my foot because like I kicked so hard, like I hit the wall. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No worries. But everything that's happened in this country has been the white lash of Barack Obama being president. Motherfuckers didn't want. People keep saying Hillary would have been worse. It wasn't that. It was Donald Trump gave white supremacy and open racism a free pass.
Yep.
That's why these motherfuckers, like everybody keeps saying, yo, you should watch the January 6th hearings. Why? I know we know what happened. We saw it fucking live.
I was there. Not there, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We saw it live. And we have seen since then, you motherfuckers are still letting people say, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't a big deal. Yeah, it was. It was. And everybody has said it openly. Had that been a Black Lives Matter protest, just a regular protest, the police presence would have been immense.
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers stormed the Capitol. They didn't march to protest. They went to overthrow the government.
Looked like a fucking zombie apocalypse. They were crawling up the walls.
Looked like World War Z. And yet, you want to tell me this was a dust up? It's no big deal? No, you motherfuckers. That's why people see the great thing about being Mexican for you is the opportunity to have dual citizenship. Because you know why? When everybody always like, well, if you don't like this country so much, leave. Do you understand it is not easy to leave this motherfucker?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you don't have a place to go to, you have family in Mexico. If you don't have another country to go to that has something established, this shit ain't easy. This shit ain't easy. That shit ain't just a knock. Hey guys, I'm coming here to live now. Because until you get the citizenship there, you are still obligated and held to pay American taxes. Now, you could be in America, renounce your citizenship, and go for sovereignty, but guess what? You are even more fucked.
Yeah, you're rolling some big dice.
You're rolling big dice playing that game. You try to become a sovereign citizen out in this motherfucker. So,
Jesus. Well, listen.
Look,
if I end up in Mexico, you can come visit.
I will need to. I actually want to go. We'll talk. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Tell people how they can find you. Everything you got going on.
You can find me on Twitch. I kind of took a hiatus of streaming just because I had mental health, family stuff, and then my dog also. A lot of health problems falling down around me. So I took a bit of a hiatus, but I'm planning to be back probably beginning of July. So you can find me there, twitch.com/fireshot460. Follow me there and just stick around. Yeah, I got some stuff coming up. I'm excited to do.
Make sure y'all follow him. Mad Titan, I'm trying to get that back, but as you can tell, I've been kind of busy. And it's hard trying to get this going like I wanted to. And everybody, and I tell people I'll do the show myself if I have to. I don't want to. I like talking about these nerve shit with people and having thoughts to bounce off of. But it's coming back, don't worry. Also, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Mr. J Washington. Hopefully TikTok's racist ass don't ban me because they've been real racist as of recently. And I was like, oh, this is the shit I'm talking about. They've been talking about. But nonetheless, all of that. Holla at y'all later. Don't go nowhere. Take care. I'm out. Bye.
Bye.